and burn the beret?
Well, I suspect Vanity Fair has something to do with it, and Vanity Fair would never publish anything that is harmful to a Democrat. So, yeah, to get it out there. I give a lot of college speeches, and kids, the speeches were 1 year old when Monica and Clinton, the scandal
college
broke.
Kids were 1 year old.
A lot of people know. One of my friends is a doctor. He told me one of his young patients did not believe him when he told her that President Clinton got oral sex from an intern in the Oval Office. She said, "You're lying. You're making that up." And he said, "Google it."
Okay.
You're in for a surprise.
Vanity Fair does it at this time to benefit Hillary or the Democrats in 2016.
Get it out there. And you know, one thing I would add to what the great James Rogan said in your fabulous former segment, it's not just that President Clinton obstructed justice and committed perjury. I mean, obviously that was the main thing, but it's not just that 5 Democrats voted that way. The entire Supreme Court, including the justices who were appointed by Bill Clinton, boycotted his next State of the Union address. And there's a reason for that. We can't have a legal system if you can just obstruct justice and ask people to perjure themselves, which is what the president was doing. I noticed during that time, I was very involved. I wrote the book High Crimes and Misdemeanors, arguing for his impeachment. And I noticed during that time, whatever their politics were, lawyers were, I mean, unless they wanted to be on TV and would go on and defend him. That was like being, you know, an OJ lawyer defending Bill Clinton. Lawyers across the board were just beside themselves with anger at what Clinton had done, even if they voted for him and supported his policies, because you can't obstruct justice. And to act like Hillary is a victim of this. No, she was a co-conspirator.
This is where I want to go. I want to go with the personal piece. All right, so what you've got is Monica Lewinsky, 21 years old at the time she had this affair with the president, and it wasn't just one time. He was buying her gifts. I mean, there's a whole thing going on.
Obstructing the gifts.
One of the things, she says that feminists failed her. Didn't they?
I think it's a little stronger than that. Feminists went after her, targeted her, because, as Nina Burley wrote in, I think it was the New Yorker, I'd give Bill Clinton a oral sex myself, using a slang term, for keeping abortion legal. That was the position of the feminist movement. Gloria Steinem, you'll remember, said, well, he groped her once, and or this was for Kathleen Willey, and that he took no for an answer. So Gloria Steinem is introducing the one free grope rule, these hysterics over sexual harassment.
It's almost as though sexual harassment is okay. And make no mistake, I don't care if she agreed or didn't agree. She's 21. She's an intern, a college intern.
Oh, yeah.
He's the president of the United States. If that isn't sexual harassment, you know, whether she thinks that she agreed to it or not. I mean, and then, you know, they talk about a war on women.
Right.
And this is an area where you've got a young girl who is impressionable and whose life has been destroyed. Should it have been?
Yes, it would. I mean, it was horrible what happened to her, and I do feel sorry for her, and particularly what she writes about. She was young and stupid and vulnerable, and for her to come out and say, as if it's an excuse for him, this was absolutely consensual. We knew it was consensual. You're young, he's the president, and by the way, that whole story, well, technically the Paula Jones story, where he as governor calls this young aide up, drops his pants, and says, kiss it, it pulled a thread, and could we leap ahead to Juanita Broaddrick? I mean, ABC and NBC News concluded after years-long investigation that Bill Clinton raped Juanita Broaddrick. Okay, so we got to go, but very quickly, does this benefit or hurt Hillary Clinton? I think it does not help her. I think the media thinks it helps her because they seem to think that, oh, she's a victim, we must elect her president. Well, I don't think most of America
necessarily
thinks that.
follow. That doesn't follow. Anyway, Ann Coulter, always good to have you on the show. Anyway, coming up.